Hey, it's Jeff Calaguar. So I'm taking this challenge to share the testimony of how God has worked in my life. And I know that it hasn't been of my own doing. In fact, I can point back to two godly grandmothers, an older lady named Mrs. Mortland, and Mr. Spellmeyer, who prayed for me when I was a kid. I think some of them prayed for me every day, and I know that's really humbling. But I think there's really three themes in the ways God has worked in my life. And just so I can remember them, and really because this is how God continues to work in my life, it's been through calling, through conversion, and through community. And I see those things continually, God bringing me back through those things. But for me, the first time I really had a sense of God calling into my life was when I was a sophomore in high school. I went on this retreat out in Pennsylvania, and a guy spoke that weekend on the Psalms and God, our David having a heart for God. And I remember him then giving us this exercise and assigning it to us where we had to go write a psalm. And while I was writing that psalm, it just felt like the first personal experience I'd ever had with God. And then later that night, I went out into a cornfield and looked up at the stars and just first felt this incredible aloneness. And then this sense of God saying, I love you, you're not alone, and you have a purpose. And that just has never gone away from me. But I've wandered from God because by the time I was in college, I was in a fraternity at a school in New York State. And I was at a grain alcohol fraternity party, and my life had gotten pretty dark by that point. And at this grain alcohol fraternity party, I looked around and I thought, what the heck am I doing? So I went up to my room and I got the Bible that my grandmother had given me off the shelf, and I opened it up, and all I can remember was this sense of love and life and grace coming from those pages in a way that my life hadn't been reflecting. And don't remember exactly what I read, but I got down on my knees and I said, God, would you forgive me? Would you restore me? Would you help me? And I was pretty low at that point. What God then did was the third C. It was community. Because the next semester I started rooming with this guy, Greg, who had also committed his life to Christ. And Greg and I just became great friends, and we started a Bible study in our room. And we saw transformation happen through community in a way that was absolutely remarkable. And still to this day, I feel like is having ripple effects. So those three themes for me keep bringing me back, and I see God continuing to work in my life through bringing me to calling and helping other people find theirs, through conversion of continually saying, God, I need your grace, I need your cross, and then community, I need other people in my life who I can walk with, who will walk with me in an authentic way so that I can become who I'm supposed to be. So thanks for taking the time to listen to this. I look forward to getting to know you guys. God bless you.